Hi, I have with me a highly decorated Lieutenant Colonel from the Air Force, Dr. Ron Bracy. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Ron Bracy. And he has, his credits go on and on. His bio is incredible. And I'm just like shocked and amazed. He's been on 183 combat missions. That was just in Vietnam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. And so I'm going to turn the camera and focus completely over to this man, because what he's been through, not only through his combats and through his life journeys, but how he was inspired to write his latest book called Walk On. From the Valley of Despair to the Mountaintop of Praise. Help me welcome Dr. Ron Bracy. God bless you, brother.
Lee, thank you so much for having me here this afternoon. It's my privilege.
Wow. And look at this. All of his medals. It's just incredible. So now, how long have you been retired from the Air Force?
I've been retired since 2002.
2002.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you said that you had started writing and started working on this book.
Yes, I actually started it in 1989.
In 89?
Yes. It was a newspaper. It started out as a 3-part newspaper article in a local newspaper where I lived.
And where was that?
Murfreesboro, Illinois.
Illinois.
Yes, ma'am.
And so something kind of changed in your life. What was the pivotal point that actually inspired you or helped catapult you into finishing this incredible book that you started?
Well, the book is written for every person, because all of us face the issues of pain and evil and grief and despair. And in those times, our relationship with God comes into doubt.
Yes.
And Habakkuk the prophet, upon which the book is based, faced those same kind of questions of God.
Yes.
I liken him to a prosecuting attorney with God on the witness stand, and Habakkuk says, why? How long will you let this go on, and why don't you resolve these issues of pain and grief? But when I started writing the book, it was written from an academic standpoint, because as a pastor and a chaplain, I had dealt with grief and pain with people many times, but it was always as a third person. But on April the 1st, 2005, at 12:24 a.m., my wife and I were living in Missouri, where I was pastoring a church in St. Louis, and received a phone call. And when I answered the phone, it was my daughter-in-law calling from Mildenhall Air Force Base in England. And she said, Dad, Todd's missing. And
Todd. So that was your son?
Yes. She said, they don't know what has happened, but it's been since 8:05 p.m. that day.
And his son, may I add, P.S., was in special ops. If you know anything about special ops, it's all undercover. They can't even tell their family where they are. So you went years, not knowing what your son was doing. He couldn't even tell you, his own dad, what he's doing, where he's going.
That's true.
So he went missing.
Yes. And when she said Todd's missing, time stopped for me. And literally, I do not remember very much of that summer, though every day, every moment was filled with doing the things to keep and help my family through this difficult time. We had to move our daughter-in-law from England back to live with us. And then
Did they have any children?
They had 2 small children.
2 children.
One of them was 1 who doesn't know her dad. The other one was 3 who has some faint memories of her dad. And so we then moved her to San Antonio, and then she asked us to come and live with her to help with their daughters. And so we moved to San Antonio, and all of this was between 2 funerals, one at Arlington Cemetery in June, and then a second one at Arlington Cemetery in August. And all of this was going on in our life. And so the next 4 years, I had to learn from God, even though he was silent, how to keep walking on through the difficulties of life.
And through your pain, my brother, through your pain, the Lord birthed an instrument of truth, a book that everyone needs to reach out and read. Walk On. This will help navigate you into your future, how to keep going in the face of despair. Thank you, brother. I am so sorry that you and your family have had to go through this. So through the loss of your son, the Lord inspired you to finish this book to help others through your pain.
And let me just close with this. Every person can learn to walk on in the hope of the sovereign God.
Yes.
Who
they
walks
can
with
get
us.
through it.
Yes, they can.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Lee.
God bless you and your family. You were loved, and the Lord is proud of you for what you've done in this book. So please, how can they find your book?
They can find it at walkonbook.com.
Walkonbook.com.
Or Amazon, Barnes & Noble,
Okay.
or any bookstore. You can order it through there.
You're
And we're
amazing.
in our third printing of it now.
And did I say thank you for your service for our country?
It was
all
my
the
privilege.
years. And thank you to your son,
Yes, ma'am.
who's looking down on us right now.
Thank
God
you, Lee.
bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.